Hi, welcome to Learning Monkey. I am Vikram. In this class, we'll try to understand 3 ways to add CSS to HTML. For example, if you want to add styles to your HTML web page, there are 3 different ways we can do that. So what are those 3 different ways? One is inline styling, internal styling and external styling. What we will do is we'll try to understand all these concepts clearly by using an example. So we'll take an example and we'll try to understand all these concepts by using that example. So let's go on to our Visual Studio Code. Here is our Visual Studio Code. So for better understanding, what I have done is I have taken 3 different files. One is for inline styling, the other one is for internal styling, and the third one is for external styling. What we are going to do in all these 3 files is we are going to style a paragraph. We are going to style a paragraph, and what kind of styling we are providing is we are going to make the text of that paragraph into blue color. So this is what we are going to do, and we are going to do it by using 3 different ways. So let's start our discussion with inline styling. So how this inline styling can be done? The name itself is telling that inline within the HTML element we can create styles. So how that can be done? There is an attribute for every HTML element. That attribute is what we call it as style attribute. By using this style attribute, we can provide styles to that particular HTML element. So let's do that by using style attribute. So the attribute is style. Okay. Now, how can I provide the properties and their corresponding values? The same way we have done in our previous example. So in the first video, in the introduction to CSS, we have seen the property value, the presentation of properties and values. So in the same way, we are going to use it, but the difference is we have to end up with a semicolon here also. So what I want to do first, I want to create a property called color, where the text of this paragraph color has to be converted into blue color. So the property is color. So the color is used, and the color that I want to present is blue. See here. So, and every property is separated by semicolon. If you want to give another property, for example, if you want to add another property called font size, so that should be separated. So every property that you want to specify for this specific paragraph, it has to be separated by semicolon. Okay, so this is how the inline styling can be done. So I'm deleting this font size, which is not required in our case. So just for understanding, we have taken it. Okay, so the styling is done and the color of the text is going to become blue. So let's see the output, and later we'll discuss the disadvantages of this kind of styling. See here. So the color for your text has been made blue color. Now let's see. Can you guess the disadvantages of this? Try to understand this. Think about this inline styling and what can be the disadvantage. Pause this video and try to think about the drawbacks that we are going to get by using this styling mechanism. So the drawbacks are, one of the very important thing is reusability, and the other one is maintainability. So what does this mean? Reusability means, for example, if your content, if this particular page is having 10 paragraphs, and I want all the colors, all the paragraph text color to be in blue color. So can I reuse the same style? No, I can't use it. I have to style for each and every paragraph. I have to give the same code for each and every paragraph. So it is a complex thing to provide the style for each and every paragraph, right? And what is maintainability? What is the drawback with this kind of styling is maintainability. What is this maintainability? For example, I want all the 10 paragraphs color, every paragraph in my web pages to be converted into from blue color to red color. Then what I have to do? I have to go into every page and I have to change the color from blue to red, which is going to create a lot of headache and maintenance whenever we want to make changes. So this is not at all a recommended way to use inline styling. So that's it about inline styling. Now let's go on to our internal HTML. So what is this internal HTML? So we have seen the concept of internal HTML in our previous video. There we haven't discussed that this kind of styling is what we call it as internal styling. But the same concept we are going to use here itself. The internal styling, we are going that same presentation we are going to use it here. Internal styling means we are going to provide the styles in the head part of our web page. So in the head part of our web page, we are going to provide internal styling. So let's try to do that, and next we will see the comparisons with respect to inline styling. Okay, so we have an element called style, and this styling element we are going to provide it in the head, because this particular content is metadata. It is describing the properties of the content in the web page. So that is why we call it as metadata. And how can we do that? We need to use the selector. What is the selector? Element selector means we are going to select the element and we are going to provide styles for that particular element. And how can we enclose the properties for that particular paragraph? By using curly braces, and within these curly braces we have to provide all the styling properties. And what kind of property I have to provide? We have to provide color property. And what is the color? The color is blue. Okay, so this is how the internal styling is done. So let's see this. So let's see the output, and later we'll discuss in detail. So internal styling, for this also we got it as blue color. So now can you guess what can be the disadvantages? So what are the advantages that in comparison with inline we are going to get from this internal stylings? What are the advantages? Can you guess? So the kind of advantages that we are going to get is there we are having reusability. So the same single paragraph, the same single styling is used for all the paragraphs. For example, there are 10 paragraphs. It is very simple. Just by giving one kind of one styling, this styling can be applicable to all the paragraphs in the web page, right? Reusability is possible, and maintainability is also very easy. So for example, if you want to change this color of blue color to red color, just give red in the place of blue. So maintainability is also very easy. Now can you guess the drawbacks that we are going to get from this internal.html? Try to get those drawbacks. So this kind of internal styling is very good if your web page is having, so just let's change this to blue color. Okay, so what are the advantages? What are the benefits this kind of internal styling can be used? Where this kind of internal styling can be used is, for example, if you are having less number of pages and you are having a very simple project where we are having only 3 pages. So in such cases, internal styling is very helpful. But if there are multiple hundreds and hundreds of pages, then we are going to get we are going to face a complex situation if we use internal styling. So what is the complexity that we're going to get is, in this page, this paragraph is applicable. The style for this paragraph is applicable. For example, there are 3 pages. In every page, we have to use the same code. So try to understand this concept. Previously, for every paragraph, we have to make the changes, or for every paragraph, we have to define the styling. But in this case, this particular paragraph styling is applicable to all the paragraphs in this particular page. But this paragraph styling is not applicable for the paragraphs which are there in another pages. If another pages is also having hundreds of paragraphs, will this style get applied? No, this style is not getting applied. If your project is very simple, which consists of 3 to 4 pages, then maintainability and reusability can be obtained very easily by using these internal styles. But if the project is very complex, then this will not help you, because in all the pages you have to change the color from blue to red. In all the pages you have to give the same piece of code in all the pages. The reusability is not possible. So these are the disadvantages that we're going to get from this internal styling. And one more point is, the length of the HTML page is going to be very high. So as the styling increases, so the length of your HTML page, that does not have any disadvantages, but it is one of the considerable point that it is one of the point that we need to consider. As the length of the page increases, it is very difficult to read that particular page. Okay, this is one of the a problem that we are having with these internal styles. So the third one and highly recommended styling is external style sheets. So how these external style sheets work? So this is very important part, and this is the point that we need to understand. So how this styling can be done is external style sheet. We are going to maintain a style sheet, and within that style sheet all the stylings for all the pages will be provided. Okay, all the pages, all the styles for all the pages will be provided in one single external style sheet, and we are going to get that style sheet in every page, so that the styles that are defined will be applicable. We are going to get those styles and we are going to use those styles. So we will try to understand this slowly. Okay, now what we will do is how that external style sheet can be created. Now what we will do is, in our project, this particular CSS3 course, what we will do is I'll create another folder. So I'm trying to create another folder, and I'm trying to make it as style. The name of this folder is style. Now within this style we are having our external style sheets. So how that styling can be done? So I'm creating a file within this style folder, and I'm going to name it as style.css. Try to understand it. Style.css, and I am going to use this style.css in every file, in every HTML page. So now let's see this, and we'll provide those styles also, and the extension that you have to give is CSS. The name of this file is style. Now how can I do that? So the same styling is used, and the color is blue. So the color is blue. Now we are going to use this particular style.css in our external style sheet. So let's remove this. Okay. So I want this, all the paragraphs in my entire project, in my entire HTML files, I want the paragraphs to be in blue color. Now how can I bring that particular style sheet into my web page? So for that we are having an element called link, and this link element is used in our head. Now the element is link. Okay, now it is self-closing element. Now what are the attributes for this link? I have used this link, but I didn't get that style.css. How can I get that style.css file so that the styling can be applied to this paragraph? So for that we are having two very important attributes. One of the attribute is REL. What does this REL stands for? REL stands for relationship, and this attribute is very important so that the browser can understand what kind of relationship does this particular file that we are trying to link. So what is the file that we are trying to link? It is style.css. So what is the relation of style.css is having with this particular HTML file, which is external.html? That relationship is provided in this REL attribute, and so that the browser can understand that this is a style sheet. So the relationship is style sheet. So with this, what I am trying to make the browser understand is the relationship of this particular file which we are trying to link. What is the file that we are trying to link? It is style.css. The relationship of that particular file, style.css, with respect to this external.html is style sheet. The browser can easily understand. And the other one is, the other attribute is href. Where we have used this href? Href is used in anchor tag. Okay, the same href is used, attribute is used, and by this we can go on to our, so go to this particular style, and there we are having style.css. The path for that particular style.css has to be provided. Now we are going to link that html.css into our HTML file, external.html file, and all those styles will get applied here. So based upon our whatever the styles that we have provided, all those styles will get applied here in this file also. And the same linking can be done on all the files. So this is a very standard way, and this is a very highly recommended way to create your styles. So let's see the output so that you can get a clear understanding. So this is external styles, and the color of the text in your paragraph is blue. Now, if I want to change the color of the paragraphs in all the pages, the simple way is just change from blue to red. In all the pages, the color of the text in your paragraph is going to change from blue to red. So does this kind of styling have any disadvantages? Yes, there are certain disadvantages. As the pages increases, the styles that we are going to provide in this external style sheet is going to be very high. So the number of styles is going to be very high, and the organizing of those styles is very difficult. Now, is there any solution for this? Yes, there is a solution. There is a separate mechanism to solve this, which is SASS. This is which is part of our course. We'll discuss at the end of this course. Okay, that itself is a separate course, but we have embedded that part of that course in this CSS course itself. So this is all about inline, internal and external styling. Hope you got the clarity on this concept. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon for the latest updates. If you have any doubts regarding this concept, please post your doubt in the comment section below. If you feel that this video is helpful to you, please give us a like and please share this video with your friends so that they will also get benefited. Thanks for watching.